Hi, everybody. Welcome to this online presentations. This presentation was supposed to be given as a part of my International Coaching Week in 2024 in our online workshop. But instead, in that workshops, I decided to record my presentations together with ChatGPT, which is now renamed together in a Sakura. So together with Sakura, I really want to provide, what I'm thinking about practical philosophy and generative AI and coaching. So firstly, just let me share with you in my PowerPoint.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sakura, and I'm delighted to join Akihiko in this presentation. We're excited to share our thoughts on practical philosophy, generative AI, and coaching. Let's dive into the presentation with Akihiko's PowerPoint. Akihiko, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. So your self-introductions. So this title of this presentation is a practical philosophy and generative AI and coaching. And I am this professional certified coach of international coaching federations and also a PhD on the social thought. Particularly, I have studied contemporary and philosophies. And in the past, I served as a diplomat, Japanese diplomat, and UN staff, international in NGOs director, and university professors. So this time, I'd like to kind of based on my own experience as a professional coach and also a social thought researcher, I'd like to give you some my own thought about those three terms. So firstly, I want
Fascinating background, Akihiko. With your extensive experience in diplomacy, international organizations, and academia, you bring a unique perspective to the fields of coaching and social thought. Today, we'll explore how practical philosophy, generative AI, and coaching intersect and how they can be applied to enhance personal and professional development. Let's dive into these concepts and see how they connect and complement each other.
Yeah, thank you very much. So firstly, I want to share quite an interesting research conducted by researchers about IT and artificial intelligence.
So please go ahead and share the details of this interesting research.
And this research was conducted by Institute for Legal Studies in Hungary, and which was presented at the 9th Asian Constitutional Law Forum, which took place on May 13 to 14, 2022. It's almost 2 years ago. And their title is A Variety of Approaches Towards Artificial Intelligence in Asia. So let me share with you. So according to their studies, this approach to artificial intelligence quite different, depending on the country, depending on the this culture. And according to their study and analysis, in Japan is kind of one of a few countries who takes in a human-centered approach to AI. So meaning that AI is considered as a kind of, the humans in a compatriot, and whereas in other countries like South Korea or India or China, they consider or in artificial intelligence rather they are human tools.
That's a fascinating insight, Akihiko. The cultural perspectives on AI indeed vary significantly across different regions. Japan's human-centered approach, viewing AI as a compatriot, emphasizes collaboration and integration with human society. This contrasts with other countries where AI is primarily seen as a tool to enhance human capabilities and productivity. How do you see these different approaches influencing the development and application of AI, especially in the context of coaching and personal development?
Yeah, thank you very much. And I want to also share another case examples which is in a Pepper. Pepper is a robot developed by a SoftBank in robotics and very much popular in Japan. And also now I think exporting to other countries. So this story was in back 2017 when I was still living in New York in the United States. And this chief business officer of SoftBank Robotics Mr. Kenichi Yoshida came over to New York that time, introduced this Pepper their this robot to the U.S. Potential consumer users. So, but what he said is very much interesting. So, Kenichi stressed that they must be very much careful when they try to introduce this kind of humanoid to the US market. Because in Japan, in a robot, probably I think because of several kind of robots in a humanoid, in a popular in this manga or some other kind of movies, Japanese people are very much familiar with working or living together with robots as they are part of their probably community. But whereas in the US, in the robots is more considered as tools which take over human jobs. So Kenichi really emphasized that they need to take this cultural difference and approach to the AIs when they introduce these papers. So that is also quite interesting case, and in terms of the cultural comparison.
That's a great example, Akihiko. The story of Pepper illustrates how cultural perceptions can shape the acceptance and integration of AI technologies. In Japan, where robots are seen as part of the community and familiar through popular culture, there's a smoother acceptance of humanoid robots like Pepper. Conversely, in the US, where robots are often viewed as tools or even threats to jobs, the introduction of such technologies requires more careful consideration and adaptation to address these concerns. This cultural context is crucial for understanding how AI can be effectively implemented in different regions. In coaching, for instance, the approach might need to be tailored to align with these cultural perceptions. In Japan, AI might be more easily integrated as a companion in the coaching process, whereas in the US, it might be positioned more as a supportive tool to enhance human capabilities. How do you think these cultural differences can influence the future development and application of AI in coaching and other fields?
Yeah, thank you very much. So now I really want to, jump into the major topic for today's presentations. Ah, okay, that's another thing in, cultural difference. Well, also probably I don't know, you might heard about robot. Robot is another kind of, in a robot, developed in Japan. They have, kind of, they are developed, not specific in a
Yes,
certain work.
with the concept of robots developed in Japan,
Ah,
like the ones used in various industries, and for personal companionship. These
yes.
robots are often designed with a strong focus on integrating smoothly into human environments, reflecting Japan's unique cultural acceptance and innovative approach to robotics. As we move into the main topic of today's presentation, what key points or themes would you like to highlight about practical philosophy, generative AI, and coaching?
Yeah, thank you very much. So, for instance, this robot is conceptually, it's a lab, in a times in a robot equal robot. So means that LOVOT, right? So, in a Japanese kind of culture,
I
in a
see. Lobot, developed by GrooveX in Japan, is designed to provide emotional support and companionship. The name Lobot comes from combining love and robot, emphasizing its role as a lovable, affectionate companion. This concept aligns well with Japan's human-centered approach to AI, focusing on creating technology that enhances human connections and emotional well-being. It's a perfect example of how AI and robotics can be integrated into daily life to provide comfort and companionship. Now moving to the main topic, let's explore how practical philosophy, generative AI, and coaching intersect? Where would you like to start?
Yeah, well, probably, may I start with my this major kind of proposition about those three kind of term. So practical philosophy and generative AI and and coaching. So my major proposition is robots, which is of course a part of technologies, so-called technologies. And the technology is not neutral. This is a part of human action, right? Or some human actions extensions. So if in the technology develops, it can also change this what is to be human. So a concept of human also can be transformed as the technology develops. So that's my propositions. And my question is how we are transforming ourselves together with in this generative AI. And that's, I think, a very much philosophical questions. And of course, in a coaching is a human transformation techniques. So in this sense, we must, as a professional coach, very much, concerned also, pay attention to how in AI and also, in a coaching should be in a work together.
That's a profound proposition, Akihiko. The idea that technology, including robots and AI, is not neutral, but rather an extension of human actions and capabilities, indeed suggests that as technology evolves, it transforms our very concept of what it means to be human. Your philosophical question about how we are transforming ourselves with generative AI is crucial. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, it not only changes how we interact with technology, but also how we understand ourselves and our potential. This transformation is deeply philosophical, as it challenges our notions of identity, agency, and purpose. In the realm of coaching, which is fundamentally about human transformation, this becomes even more significant. Coaches need to be aware of how AI can both assist and alter the coaching process. Generative AI can provide personalized insights and support, but it also necessitates a thoughtful approach to ensure it enhances rather than detracts from the human aspects of coaching. By paying close attention to the interplay between AI and coaching, professional coaches can harness the power of technology to facilitate deeper, more meaningful transformations in their clients, while also navigating the ethical and philosophical implications of this integration.
Yeah, thank you very much for quite a clearly, in this summarizing or paraphrasing in what I meant to say. So let me start. Well, I think before getting into these major questions, I really, as this for this talk particularly, I want to share in my background understanding how this kind of entire world is changing and why it really, forces us to think over about the relationship of practical philosophy and this generative AI and coaching. And let me start with by introducing the third wave in a masterpiece of a prominent futurist in US in Mr. Alvin Toffler.
Absolutely, Akihiko. Introducing Alvin Toffler's The Third Wave is a great way to set the stage for understanding the broader context of our discussion. Toffler's work provides a framework for understanding how societal shifts impact our way of life and our interaction with technology. Let's dive into the key concepts of the third wave and how they relate to practical philosophy, generative AI, and coaching. Could you elaborate on how Toffler's ideas help us understand the changes we're experiencing and the importance of integrating these three areas?
Yeah, thank you very much. So firstly, just I want to quote what Alvin Toffler said in this third wave. So just quote, as we shape third wave civilization through our own daily decisions and actions, third wave civilization will in return shape us. That's, I think, in a major message that Alvin Toffler tried to share with us through his masterpiece.
That's a powerful quote, Akihiko. Alvin Toffler's message highlights the reciprocal relationship between our actions and the evolving civilization. As we make daily decisions and take actions, we contribute to shaping the third wave civilization. And in turn, this new civilization shapes our identities, behaviors, and societal structures. This concept is crucial in understanding the integration of practical philosophy, generative AI, and coaching. As we develop and interact with AI technologies, we are not just using tools. We are actively participating in a transformative process that influences our own evolution. In this context, practical philosophy helps us navigate these changes by providing a framework for reflecting on our values and actions. Generative AI offers new ways to augment our capabilities and facilitate personal growth. Coaching, then, becomes an essential practice to help individuals and organizations adapt to these changes thoughtfully and effectively. How do you see these ideas manifesting in practical terms within your work as a coach and in your interactions with generative AI?
Mm. Yeah, firstly, as Alvin Toffler very in detail, explained how this third wave civilization will change and, reshape our self-conceptions. So, according to Alvin Toffler's, as well, there are three kind of three waves as a civilization, major civilizations in human history. One is this agricultural, revolutions. And then the second one is a so-called in the industrial revolutions, and which kind of created in a standardized mass production society. And this third wave civilization, it's quite a synonym of this knowledge-based society, which means that in this major source of value in this third wave civilization that will become in a data or idea or some information. So that's, I think, that create huge change in our daily life. So meaning that in this standardized, in the second world wave civilizations, in a standardized, in this mass production is a major kind of the major kind of paradigm. So in the second wave civilizations, people need to adjust and adapt to the one standard, which is considered fit for all. But this the, as the knowledge-based society is taking over this second wave civilizations, so since the idea or some data can become more and important, so creativities or communication or collaboration will become more and more important. So in this sense, instead of standardized in a kind of a way of life or standardized of a way of work, everybody needs to find out their own uniqueness and need to find out in a more kind of productive and valuable in communication with others. In this way, they can be more creative and can be very much productive in this third wave civilizations. So as a result, in the human can be more individuated and personalized. So mm,
That's a comprehensive explanation, Akihiko. Toffler's vision of the third wave civilization emphasizes the shift from a standardized mass production society to a knowledge based society where data, ideas, and information become the primary sources of value. This transition necessitates a focus on creativity, communication, and collaboration, moving away from a one size fits all approach to a more individualized and personalized way of life. In practical terms, this means that each person must cultivate their unique strengths and find ways to connect and collaborate meaningfully with others. This shift brings about profound changes in how we live and work, emphasizing personal growth, innovation, and adaptability. For coaches, this transformation highlights the importance of helping individuals discover their unique potentials and develop the skills needed to thrive in a knowledge based society. Coaching can support clients in navigating the complexities of this new paradigm, fostering their creativity, enhancing their communication skills, and facilitating effective collaboration. Generative AI plays a crucial role in this context by providing personalized learning experiences, offering insights tailored to individual needs, and supporting creative problem solving. By integrating AI into coaching practices, coaches can offer more customized and impactful support, helping clients leverage the power of AI to achieve their goals. Overall, the integration of practical philosophy, generative AI, and coaching can empower individuals to navigate the third wave civilization successfully, embracing their individuality while fostering meaningful connections and collaborations.
Yeah, thank you very much. In the quite clear in the this paraphrasing it. So another point which I really want to highlight here is in this loneliness and also a sense of isolation, which has become in a very much kind of critical in a phenomena and since pandemic, but even before the pandemic, people started feeling loneliness and being isolated. And the fundamental kind of cause of this isolation is kind of information flows. So meaning that since we are shifting to a third wave civilization, in the volume of information is increasing exponentially. And that is also makes us possible to kind of, explore our own unique way of thinking and way of work and way of life. But at the same time, it can also, this promote personalizations and individuations of each one, each human. So meaning that people can feel more and more unique on their own, but at the same time, also find it more difficult to find like-minded people, or probably communicating their own ideas with others can be much more difficult because everybody, develops in a completely different idea of probably life purpose and also, career goal and probably a way of life. So in this ways, coach can take a very much a vital kind of role in order to support those people, because the coach is trained to understand and to accept and to encourage their clients to pursue their own life and to realize and to be more confident on their own. So in these ways, in the third wave civilizations is also make a role as a coach also to make it quite different. And another, yeah,